Welcome, gathered friends, and thank you for joining us once again as we light the lantern and begin another adventure. Tonight, we will be playing It Waits for No One, a modern fantasy tale. My name is Archangelic, or Mal. My pronouns are she, her, and tonight I will be your game master. I think I'm game master tonight, right? No? Oh,
Disaster tour guide, but
I'm the disaster tour guide. Well, I need to change that in my notes. Okay. But for now, let's go ahead and introduce the rest of our players. We'll start with you, Abhilasha.
Hi everyone, I'm Abhilasha or Percival, pronouns he, she. I am a TTRPG player, beginning writer of many things, including a lot of lesbian stories, TTRPG games, and I'm playing Anjum, Argent Khan, who is a Hellborn undercover agent who likes everybody to know about what a silly, goofy socialite she is. Turns out, not really.
All right, Liz.
Hey, I'm Liz, pronounced she, her. I will be playing Claudio Juarez. You're a very tall, kind of panicking dwarf who somehow is trying to keep everybody alive through all this.
Totally fair. Nico.
Hi, I'm Nico, pronouns they, them. I am playing Leihoku Ahuna, our very anxious Nyx adept. I am not good at survival, unfortunately, which is contributing to the stress of the team. But hopefully, we don't actually have to face down the biblical motherfucker tonight, despite all of my, what is it, a skeet on blue sky? Saying otherwise.
And Soliloquy.
hey friends, I am Soliloquy or Jaden. I'll answer to either. I use they them pronouns. You can find me most places online as FatSapphicBro. I will be playing Damian Alma, they he pronouns, who's a ghost bud tender who doesn't do much. Welcome back to our space here at Lantern Light Adventures. This is home to all of our TTRPG and related content on Twitch. All of our games are also uploaded to our Lantern Light Adventures YouTube channel. There's a link to our link tree in the chat. You can click on that. It'll take you to all of our various social media pages so you can follow us everywhere we are. If you want to keep up to date on everything we're doing, feel free to also join our Discord, which is linked in the chat. Thanks for joining us for It Waits for No One, a modern fantasy tale. And this is our Cypher System actual play. We built the world collaboratively using, I'm sorry, did you say street magic? That world building session has been uploaded as a Patreon exclusive and can be unlocked at any paid tier, and our paid tiers start at $1, so check that out if you're interested. As for where you can find us the rest of the week, most Tuesdays from 6 to 9 p.m. PST, we stream an Empty Dream, our Girl by Moonlight actual play, but we will not be able to stream that tomorrow because we've got a bit of a time conflict. Most Sundays from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. PST, we stream Era of the Dragons, our D&D 5e actual play set in Mal's homebrew world. We also record an audiocast after show for each of our games where we go over any necessary advancement steps and debrief from the games. You can listen to these all for free on our Patreon at patreon.com/lanternlightadventures. All of these after shows will always be free, but we appreciate any contributions and support as it helps us continue to bring you awesome queer content. Just as a reminder, each month we take the last 7 days of the month off so that we can edit and prepare more content for y'all, as well as have a bit of a break to handle our day-to-day responsibilities. And finally, in support of a free Palestine, we'll be sharing the GoFundMes for various families. The first family we are trying to help out is the Masood family. Dahlia and her husband Rami and their 4 children are in great need. Dahlia and Rami worked as pharmacists but have since lost their home and pharmacy. Their goal is currently set to 50,000 euros, and they have raised 39,574 euros as of this afternoon. Any help and support you can offer them would be amazing. Their GoFundMe is linked in the chat and is also on our link tree. Thanks so much, friends.
Thank you so much for those announcements. And without further ado, let's get into this. The city of New Fortland is in disarray. The colossal angel that descended from the heavens floats silently above the Fortress of Delight, the winged eye drones circling it. The night has come and gone, and as dawn falls on the city, panic and religious fervor have gripped the populace. Places of worship, such as the Church of the Jubilant Corpse, are packed with people trying to find comfort as the end of the world has come. The TVs all play the news in every venue you go to. We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming for an emergency message from Her Highness. You see the upper balcony of the Unwavering Palace. Queen Shahira approaches a single microphone with anachronistically dressed guards flanking her. She is wearing a crimson gown, the color of the banner of war, adorned with fine elven gold embroidery. She is tall and slight, pale skin, long black hair, long pointed ears, and gold pupilless eyes. Citizens of New Fortland and the protected realms, I stand before you to address a threat to our city. The appearance of this angel constitutes a threat of war, and I promise you, as your queen, that I will not bow to such threats. The fine warriors of our kingdom stand ready to fight. Carry on, living your lives, knowing that you will be safe. We stand unwavering. Night has come and gone, but what are you up to as this has been happening? Last, you were trying to find little pieces of what to do next. You still have a prophecy laid out for you. You have items to gather. And you have a baby.
Yep. I would probably fill everyone in like, hey, you were definitely murdered, but they didn't send a slouch, they sent an actual assassin. So we're worth something.
Fantastic.
You know, I know it doesn't help, but they sent some high powered magic because it just straight up melted half of the security booth.
The way you said "but" make it sounded like it was going to be something good. That's not good.
They're scared
Of us?
I was going to say,
apparently.
Especially of Damian and
a dude packing his bong in the morning? Weird.
Well, and I say this as respectfully as I can. The witch probably had some protections. The demon probably had some protection. I personally don't have protection, but you got to go through the guild.
So I was just
were-
the easy target. That's
You
fair.
were the easiest target.
Has anybody noticed anything strange around them? I mean, Anjum is going to start to think like going back to her dealings with her organization. If there's been any weirdness around her, is there? How do I? Can I roll for that? Like just to kind of go back and kind of look for anything I may have like dismissed or missed in the last couple of years. Not years, sorry, the last couple of months or weeks. Right around the time when Damian would have been killed.
Yeah, that was this morning. I think it's been one day.
Oh God, I completely forgot. It is time dilation.
This is wild.
The time dilation.
Are we still in the same day? Like, it's not morning
think-
yet. It's getting to like 2 a.m., but we've just been going.
Yeah. I think actually it might be the next day, but like it's been around 24 hours. So
Okay, so for the last week, have I noticed anybody? Has there been any news? Has there been any scoping out, any weirdness around
Yeah.
me? Okay.
yeah, let's get a skill check. So it's gonna be an intellect check. But if you have a skill, that might help you.
I'm not necessarily. Let us see first before I say anything. Yes, I am trained in perception, cryptography, deceiving, breaking into computers. That
Okay.
sort of.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll intellect. That'll ease the difficulty for you.
Okay, I shall roll. Where is here? Here you are. I am rolling. Okay, I forgot where the dice is on the VTT.
Oh yeah, so if you see where it has your intellect pool, there's a little die icon. You can roll intellect there. Or you can
fantastic.
roll one of the skills, but a GM intrusion.
Actually, that might be better. Sorry.
No, it won't be better. It's still just a D20 roll. It just changes the label on the chat, so it's fine. So that is a natural 1. You can of course choose to spend an experience point to re-roll if you want to, but you will gain experience as I intrude.
Yes, I would like to re-roll that. Oh my god, this is
Okay.
terrible.
Come on, 3 more assassins show up. It'll be great.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. So that's an 8. So that brings you to, all right. So you're looking for clues about anything that from the underground that might have been stirring in the time before this all started happening, the time before the prophecy happened, because sending an assassin in the morning is like the morning right before a prophecy has happened is a kind of a, it would take some doing. Someone would have had to know this was happening beforehand. You're looking around, you have people under you who have definitely moved in between, and specifically which group of assassins might be after you. If I recall correctly, they are. I will. So, the House of Scatterwind. And so, that they're an old family. They used to be the official royal assassins before that kind of went out of vogue, but that family keeps it up as kind of a martial art of sorts. It's part of their prestige. And it's interesting that they would move so openly. But you don't find any signs that they specifically knew anything or anything like that, but you do have contacts who do work closely with them. Yeah. That famous martial art murder. Most martial arts are murder. They're just the practice of murder. So
oh my god. They are. Oh no. Oh god, what does that make me? Am I Batman in this case? Am I sleeping with whatever this was version of Talia al Ghul is? Shit. You know what? Yes, I was.
Yeah. Yep. To be fair, there's worse ways to go out.
Yeah. That is true. A woman who can kill me is both in canon and outside completely my type. But that's okay. Getting back to the point. Okay, so I'm going through everything and I realize that it's like the house and everything okay, so it keeps coming back to the House of Scatterwind.
Yes.
I am with Leihoku right now, right? And
yeah, that was a question. Have y'all all gathered up? There's a couple places you could meet up. I mean, there's a place you have been meeting up, but y'all had left there. Let me see. There is a landmark that we have. Where is it? There is in the same building in the Oasis, there is a restaurant called Jenny's. Y'all could meet up there, or you can meet up at one of your various apartments.
Yeah, I kind of feel like we probably don't want to have conversations in public at this point in time. And we don't know what Bevo's going to do. So,
The most unpredictable factor, our baby.
Yes.
truly. And I don't know
child.
if we want people to know that we have them. So,
Bevo's been on TV already, I think.
well, shit.
Oh, you were briefly on TV. You weren't like featured or anything.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
It was the Monsters Inc. scene when the restaurant blows up.
Yeah. So you were in like, when they were doing wide shots, like I think one of you were spotted by someone you knew. So
That's less embarrassing, at least.
yeah. I mean, anyone who's like paying close attention would, of course, know you were there in the square when the angel showed up. But
anyone who's sending assassins after us would have absolutely seen us on TV and know we have a watermelon.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that fruit for?
Also, if somebody knows where I live and tried to kill me, and there's somebody, we already have 2 of you who also live here. You might want to be careful.
Okay. So I kind of okay, so where we are right now, Leihoku and I, are we all going to meet up soon?
Yeah, I figure y'all toss it in the group and we'd probably come up to your apartment.
Yeah. In that time, I'm also going to text the current head of the House of Scatterwind, essentially my contemporary in the family. Like I can't like directly go to an elder. It's weird rich people thing where I can't directly address the elder, but I can address somebody who's my age, and I can like just text them like, hey, what's up? Little bit. But it's more like I'm kind of doing a bit of a, hey, with the extra Y's, and like, oh, I saw the angel thing, and oh my God, it's so terrifying, and and I kind of drop in like a couple of texts, kind of like it would be nice if we could comfort each other in this terrifying time. Would you like to come over to my place a little later? I give her an hour later, after we are already in the apartment, and after we gather in the apartment.
All right, give me another intellect. If you have like a persuasion skill or something like that, that will ease the difficulty here.
Baby, I'm all persuasion. That's my entire thing. I have charmer. You're good with words, good with people. You talk your way past challenge. No, wait, that's background. And I'm specifically looking for abilities.
Yes. Looking at your skills, you are trained in persuading, so that will ease the difficulty for you.
Yeah, let's do, baby. Let's go. Let us go. And roll. Please, Lord, let that work.
Okay. So that is a 6, but the difficulty is eased. So, okay. All right. So you send off this text and you get a text back. Your contact there is her name is Kira Scatterwind. She's the daughter of the leader of House Scatterwind, Suzerain Kirin Scatterwind. And she says, you get a text back and she says, you've ghosted me for months and now you want me to just come over? With like 18 question marks.
I shoot off a text saying I'm so sorry, sweetheart. It's not been it's not been a easy couple of months, and I as to throw a hint of vulnerability. I kind of say, I've been in a bit of a situation. One of my parties got a little out of hand, so it's been difficult, but you have always been on my mind, and well, what better time to reconnect?
You see that you see like the bubbles where like she starts typing, then they go away, and you don't get anything back for a few minutes. Where are you as you're sending this text?
I think Leihoku and I are making our way back to the apartment, so I will probably be in like public transport
Okay,
because my
right.
car is fucked.
But you did give her like a location to come meet
Yeah,
you.
I gave her, I told her to drop by my apartment, but I told her to I told her, how about you come at this time? And that time will be 1 hour after everybody else in the team has already gathered, so we can like kind of trap her and like interrogate her and just figure out what the fuck is happening.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you send off the text. She does not respond. You can definitely see that she started typing something, and like the bubbles go on for a while, and then it just stops.
I'm going to. I think Anjum has just enough confidence and remembers just enough of their where like there's like the reason Anjum kind of ghosted her in the first place was because she didn't like her family, and there was a constant problem in their relationship. So, and Anjum is a coward who doesn't like confrontation and breakup, so she just went, I'm just going to just like ghost. I've got actual things in life to do, and I cannot keep having this argument over and over again. So I think she has just enough confidence and knows that their relationship, when it was good, that she's going to not push the matter and just hope and have enough faith in herself and how Kira feels about her, that she will end up coming over anyway. I just drop in what I do is I buy a bunch of her favorite flowers and I send her a picture. That is the last thing I do. And favorite flowers and like a little trinket that she likes from a little antique store on the way.
Okay.
And like, look at this. It misses you.
Wow. Okay.
Hoku's like, you're flirting right now?
Would you believe me if this legitimately is good, that there is a purpose to the flirting in this case?
I don't know you well enough to know when you're flirting is for like nefarious purposes or just flirting. So
It is. We need to get back to the apartment. I will explain in time. I will explain to everyone. We're setting a trap. This was just the first gambit. We first need to actually create an area that is conducive for a trap and interrogation. Come on.
don't we also have Aram, the driver?
Yes. Yeah, Aram's with you.
Oh, okay, fantastic. So, I'm just going to be like, I'll be like, okay, I'll tell Aurum that when they get back, that they need to kind of figure that they need to like set up like magical sigils or anything. Like I also asked Leihoku, do you by chance have any spells or some kind of things that can like keep someone in the apartment, like some kind of trap?
My apartment?
My apartment.
Oh,
I have a very good cleaning service. If it involves blood of any kind, it's fine. I know who to call.
Just as a reminder, there is a massive angel floating over the Fortress of Delight where your apartment is.
Let it float. It's just floating and it's clearly not real. So I'm, let the biblically accurate motherfucker just stand there. Like,
Let it
clearly I
float.
can't do anything about it right now. I am doing something about it the other way around. We might as well deal with the wizard behind the curtain rather than deal with the wizard's creations.
Arum says, like, you give this order to Arum Fox, and they say, now is this the girl who's weirdly in, like, had a huge knife collection, or the one that was weirdly into blood? Because that might change what I do.
Define weirdly into blood.
You know what?
Like,
That's on me. I'll just deal with both.
She was kind of normal. Like, to be fair, most of the women I date are kind of into blood or some form of, like, weirdly is like if there is like you want to drain me kind of thing. Like, I've dated vampires before. That's a very like the standard for weirdly into blood is very high in this city.
No, you're right, boss. I forgot who I was asking about this.
We went to college together. You've seen my girlfriends.
I don't keep up with you that much.
What else do you do?
Armbox has like been texting the whole time. It's like, all right, like still a little bit like dinged up from like getting in a car accident a few hours ago. But they said, more than you know, and they are texting away, and they say, all right, I've got a few things. I gotta get set up for you.
Thank
And
you.
like as they walk away, like, you know, they get on the phone. It's like, hey, yeah, bring the thing.
Bring the thing. I love it. See, Leihoku, okay, Leihoku, if you need Aurum to like get you something, or you know what, we'll get back to the apartment. If you need something, I'll write down a list, and we can get it. If you, oh God, what do we do with the baby?
normal people do their own errands. But I think I already have everything we need should already be in my apartment.
Do you want to stop by, get some stuff? Oh wait, we already stopped by, didn't we? No.
I had another coven member do some research. She has left the books in my apartment, and I have an idea.
Okay, then let's go to your apartment first. We get the stuff quickly, and then we should be back in time and just everything should be set up by then.
I'm gonna text the group chat. Hey, we're on our way back to the Oasis. Meet up at my place. Apartment number. Whenever y'all are done.
Sweet. See you soon.
It's beginning to be like early morning, as you're already doing all of this, and Damian, you get a text from Auntie Midge, ostensibly your boss, who says, the text says, hey, I heard about what's happened. Are you coming into work? Question mark.
And you said it's like early morning now?
Yeah.
We have been up for so long. Okay. Well, ... I died today, yesterday, question mark. So I'm a bit distracted. Dot dot dot. I think I'll just see how she responds to that.
Your phone starts ringing. It's Auntie Midge.
Hey.
Hey, are you? Did you talk to someone about the whole dying thing? Have you got like your work permit worked out?
No. Did you see the thing, the giant thing floating in the sky?
50-50, it's an illusion.
I mean, you're not wrong per se, but it has been it has made doing tasks at the place where I have to go to register the fact that I'm a ghost now. Um, they're a little busy right now. So I think I'm gonna need a couple days to figure out what's going on.
Sam said you had something going on with some royal business too. What was that about?
Yeah, they summoned me. I have a job I have to do for them now, basically. It's been a really hectic 15 hours.
I know I'm asking about work, and it's just because we're slammed right now. But we even opened a little early. There was a line forming outside. But I'm here to listen. Like, what's going on? What's the crown got you doing?
It's complicated. I still think they have the wrong person. So I really got to go get I got to talk to somebody in an office somewhere.
Well, I mean, if you need anything, I've done some work for the crown. Might be able to help out.
What's the equivalent to an insight check?
It
why
would just
are you
be it would
so
just be intellect.
Okay. I don't know what I have on. Let me see if I have anything. Come on, little guy. No.
Yeah, if you have I think insight is or like something
Yeah, I
like
don't
that,
have
reading
anything
people.
that's
So
yeah.
yeah, so it'll just be an insight.
Roll is 13.
13. 13. Okay. Oh yeah, you get the sense that she she seems deeply just like concerned for your safety. Like you're getting this like sense that she's like, like you can tell that she's distracted. Like clearly, like you can and you can hear like the noise behind her. Like the shop is like bustling. There's like they've got music playing and like there's a din of people. But she's also taking time to like make sure you're okay. She seems just genuinely concerned and also really curious about what you're doing.
Yeah, it's the curiosity that strikes me as odd. Okay. I mean, I don't know. I just have a lot of things happening all at one time, and I kind of have to get my head wrapped around it before I attempt to explain it to anybody else, really. Um, but I'm fine. I'll be fine. I mean, I already died, so what else could happen? Mm. Can you die twice? Would I be a double ghost? What the hell does that mean?
You just if you die again, you just disappear.
Well, shit. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna try not to die again, but I didn't mean to die the first time.
Have you registered an afterlife yet?
No.
Okay. Well, you should do that as soon as possible.
I know, the giant floating thing.
Yeah. Every so often something comes and like sometimes it's a dragon, sometimes you know, things happen.
Fair.
People got rent to pay still.
Yeah, I apparently am still gonna have to pay rent as a ghost. It's very weird. Anyway,
yeah.
I know things are busy. I'll let you get back to it, but give me a couple days. I'll keep you posted, and I'll try and get the work thing situated so that I can come back in.
Hey, your Auntie Gertie. She know that's not her name.
I was like Midge. I was
Midge.
like the name changed.
Yeah,
But same.
Your Auntie Midge. I know people. I might be able to help out if you need anything. I got connections, resources, but also, hiring someone in the next like 2 hours is a little tough. So
Yeah,
but
that's fair. I have to find weird items. I know that much. I'm gonna text you a list of weird items, and you let me know if anything sounds familiar.
okay. Yeah, I can do that. I might know somebody.
Right. That's just because I have to go through my notes and find where I wrote it down. But anyways, all right. I will talk to you soon.
All right, be safe.
Do my best.
Yep. So yeah, you send her off the list of items.
Yeah, and just kind of see if any of it. I mean, they're so vague.
Yes. It was a seed from the deepest tree.
Yep, sword
a
forged in cold fire and a glass statue, which is the vaguest.
Yes.
And I think I'll say I've got a line on this seed.
Okay.
Because it's
But
on a
glass
baby
statue is
leash.
too fucking vague.
She texts Mac saying that I'm not gonna do her voice because it honestly hurts a little, but but she texts back saying that she knows someone who does all their glass work, who's also a ghost.
Amazing.
At this, he's been around long enough. He just goes by Mr. Glass now.
Of course he does.
And she says maybe he'll know something, but yeah, he makes all the glass things they sell at the apothecary.
Awesome.
Claudio, what are you up to?
So I actually have 3 books as part of my, what is it part of? Part of something from Inquisitive. And one of them is because, dwarf, and because, him. One of them is forging techniques and applicable metals. And he's like, cold as fire, cold as fire, cold as fire. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. So he kind of starts flipping through the book, and he eventually is like, who'd probably know? And he shoots his uncle a text, and it's like 3 a.m. So, 50-50 shot if he's up. And I'm like, hey, swords forged in the coldest fire. Could those be like mercury swords in a nitrogen vent?
You send this text to him, and he said, who told you about swords forged in cold fire?
A fucking Sears, Unc. I'm not asking dumb shit at 3 a.m. for fun this time.
You just get back a text. Go ahead and give me a quick intellect roll.
It's a text, so I don't know. I have identifying objects, calling to mind minor details or bits
This
of
would be like
trivia.
kind of reading or reading him or persuading him of something.
I've got
So
detecting deception. I don't know if
okay,
that counts. Cool.
that'd work. So yeah, that'll ease the
Cool.
difficulty. Okay, with a 14.
Okay. Not bad.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all. He says, he texts you back. He says, see me after breakfast.
Will do. I assume at some point we meet up with Leihoku and Anjum up in Leihoku's apartment.
Yeah.
I take Bebo. I go pat, pat, pat. I sit on the couch and I promptly go.
I was gonna hand him Bebo anyway so that I can start.
Yep. Me and Bebo
going
taking
around.
a nap.
Yeah, you're all met up here. I'm going to intrude.
Can I ask a quick question?
Go ahead.
Am I tired?
That's an interesting question. You're not super tired, but honestly, you don't know if you're running. Well, I guess you don't have adrenaline. So you feel like you're
Anjum is
running on
on
adrenaline though.
Just one thing, Anjum is on her 5th pot of coffee.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Wired as hell.
Wired
Okay.
She has demon in her. She has demon endurance, which means the coffee. She needs more coffee, and she can absorb more coffee before she becomes jittery.
Yeah. So, but I'm going to do a GM intrusion. So, Anjum, you can spend an XP to resist this intrusion, but I'll give you XP for intruding. So if you want, I'll give you an XP. You can give someone else an XP. And there's a knock on the door to the apartment.
Okay.
But it's Leihoku's apartment, so
Yeah.
Do I also hear it?
yeah, everyone hears the knock at the door.
Except Claudio, who's passed the fuck out with our baby.
Nobody answer that. I did it one time and I died.
Oh.
Anjum looks at Damian like, I mean, getting rid of a ghost is a bit of a complicated ritual. If you open the door a second time, I think it might be less dangerous to you than it is to me and Leihoku.
As you're all looking at the door, thinking
You
about
could just
who's
peek
not
your
going to
head
open.
through. You could just peek your head through the door and just see,
But then
As you're all trying to figure out who is going to open the door, there is almost barely not a sound, but like you hear like rustling of clothes from the window behind you, and Anjum, you are tackled by a woman wearing dark clothing. She has a knife up to your throat. It is Kira Scatterwind. And she says, "What the fuck do you want from me?"
Hello, rude.
In my apartment?
I thought I told you we were going to meet in mine. How did you find me here?
I'm the scion of an assassin's guild. What the fuck? You're the easiest person to track almost in this whole city. You're always calling and talking to everyone and trying to get them to do what you want. Everyone has like strings on you. Like you're not subtle, Anjum.
I mean, that is one way to definitely see that. But there are no strings on me, and I am. But I am not moving. This is just literally how we've met a lot of times. This is just like she's perfectly fine here. She's just like, I've missed you.
Yeah,
Okay.
everyone in this room is starting to feel like they're interrupting something.
Please
As,
take the foreplay away from the infant.
Oh yes, there is a child in here. Um, let's not corrupt the child.
Yeah, again, rude. Do not wake up the baby.
Assassin's guilds don't particularly really have good manners, right, Kira?
we have excellent manners. We are a noble house. And she stands up and like adjusts herself. She is she's a dark elf. She's from the an underground group of elves. And she looks around the room and she says, by the time I was that baby's age, I had a knife.
He's literally a couple hours old. Can you fuck off?
I mean, that really explains some things.
Poker's
Well,
choosing to ignore the flirting that's happening probably in front of her sacred tree. And it goes around.
Anjum holds her hands up. Kira, would you like, let's talk outside? I think these are my new friends. I'll introduce them later. Would you let's talk outside.
She looks
Claudio,
around.
could you come with me, please? We are going to keep the door open.
He's asleep.
For God's sake.
Yeah,
I'm going to
Claudio's passed out.
Yeah, I'm going to Leihoku, can you take the baby away from Claudio for just 1 second?
I'm gonna pat Anjum on the shoulder. You're a big, strong girl. You can figure it out. Go back to digging through my drawers, looking for the things that I need. Leave him alone. He needs to sleep. I'm pretty sure he has a concussion.
Humans. Anyway.
Yeah.
Fine, I guess.
Anjum and Kira, you step out with Kira, but Leihoku, what are you gathering and doing right in this moment?
I am pulling through all my drawers looking for, I think it's chalk. And then whatever book it was that I should remember her name, but this is a different computer. Although he got for me on scrying. And I'm starting to write sigils and symbols around the pool of water that I keep in my apartment because I like to transform sometimes because I was going to spend an XP to do an intrusion.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So what intrusion are you doing?
Oh. 1 second. My microphone unplugged.
Oh no. Some technical difficulties.
There we go. So I'm drawing like arcane sigils around the pool of water to act as our mirror and focus point for this scrying attempt on the items that we're still looking for. I also got to get Bebo back from Claudio. Very gently prying the baby away from him.
Half roll, grab a pillow off your couch, snuggle the pillow.
I was gonna say, someone just sneak a little pillow right there. Indiana Jones it.
And I cover him with a blanket.
Oh.
Very gently put Bebo on the side of the pool before I climb in because I still don't know if he can drown or not. And slipping into the water, transforming bioluminescent gills, fins, claws. It would probably be a little horrifying to wake up to like fish Hoku essentially at the moment. And she's going to pick up Bebo and just gently lower him a little bit so that he's at least touching the water. And I have a little incantation.
Bebo is Bebo floats like a, like our fur. Like Bebo's not very dense. So like you said Bebo on the water, you can feel like it's not gonna sink at all.
I'm still afraid, so I've got like the arms under just in case.
Yeah.
But she's going to quiet her mind as best she can and concentrate. And she's going to say, I call upon those who have traversed this path before me, that they lend me their strength in my endeavors, that the elements by which we were born and thus return to guide my path, and the way forward be illuminated by the stars for which I am named. An attempt to scry.
Okay. Let me look up something here. Let me pull up the player intrusions. So that is part of your type, right? I think so. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. So you begin this ritual and you begin to scry, and Bebo like kind of like giggles, like a little baby giggle, and like begins to glow and hum and sing and match the frequency of the magic you are putting out, and seems to enhance your scrying. You're trying to look for something, and you're looking for the items, and everything kind of fades out for a moment, and you feel the pull in certain you feel a pull in specific directions, but you also feel a pull towards the people in this room around you. You start to see like ripples and connections in the magic that overlays this whole world, tying you all together. But also there's little ripples that go off in other directions from each of the people around you. Damian there's one off of Damian. There's the ripples seem to pull down deep into the earth from Claudio. You feel a heat and energy that connects Anjum to other places, but you push past that looking for these items, and you don't find the items specifically. You feel like Bebo here, but the objects you're looking for, you don't think they exist yet.
That's why we can't. Hoku's just muttering in the pool. No wonder. But she's gonna stay in there.
Okay.
I'd probably put Bebo on like a pillow on the side so that he's not completely waterlogged. But she's gonna sit in there and continue pondering.
Yeah. But you definitely do get the sense that whatever you were looking for, it ties you together somehow, magically.
Neat. Anxiety inducing, but neat.
Yeah. So, Anjum, you are outside with Kira, and she says, as you like kind of close the door and like go out into the hall or into, I don't know if you go out into the hall or you just go into like the next room.
I go into the next room. I'm not like going to. I'm not like, if this is probably going to end up in another fight, it's best if it's not public. But like, she wants to, like, Anjum is going to go into another room and is going to have her back to the door. Just so you know, like, her back is covered and she can be audibly heard by the others if anything goes wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kira looks at you. She has Kira's a little bit taller than you. She has purple skin. Her white hair is like pulled back tightly. She's clearly like got dressed up to assassinate you, question mark. And but you can see that she, she's wearing a coat, but she kind of moves it to the side and there's like 8 knives just like a lot strapped across her chest. And but she covers them back up and she says, what is it that you have gotten yourself caught up in? This doesn't seem like your normal shenanigans.
This seems very much like your normal business dealings, though.
She kind of quirks her eyebrow at that. And she's like, what do you mean?
I mean, think about it. I mean, you honestly, the fact that it took me this long to figure out that your family's up to something again is honestly just a miss on my doing. Why were your family members, why were people of your house sniffing around my organization?
Why would we? That's not your street level. We don't operate at that level. At best,
Okay.
that's for the police to deal with. Usually our targets are a little more political. And also we don't operate domestically these days. That would be illegal.
Yes. So the figure in the sky out there just kind of forgot where it was actually supposed to be.
Oh, you think that's us?
No shit.
No. What are you you sound crazier than normal. I don't look, you're the one who called me. What do you want? No, I wasn't gonna fall into Aram's little traps that they're setting. Also, like, they immediately called one of our contacts. You need to get better people.
Honestly, the reason why I called is so I thought you might be upfront with me for once. This is too public for your house to deal with. Like, that was my first, and that when your house's name kept coming up, especially in the death of a work of like a normal person, like I have a ghost who's sitting right inside, who does not remember how they died, where their body is, and I couldn't help but think that this is exactly something one of your people would be very, very good at. So I will be upfront with you, Kira, because quite honestly, I wish that you will return the favor at some point. What the fuck are you into?
I feel like you want me to give you information, but you're also accusing me of something. And as far as I know, nothing has happened. We had a thing. You stopped responding to my messages and calls, and I could have just hunted down and slit your throat then, but I didn't. I let you do what you're doing and went my own way, never worried about you again and whatever the hell it is you are doing. But you call me out of nowhere. You try and woo me, which, ew. And
Ew. You're here, aren't you?
I got curious. Now, are you going to tell me what you're actually accusing me of? Because that out there, I don't think anyone in this city has anything to do with it.
Fine, I will. What I'm about to tell you is I'm going to share as truncated as details as I can because, quite honestly, I don't know because I don't want you to feel obliged to be telling your mother again about what we end up talking about. The queen called me and the 3 people in there and has assigned us a mission. We have been on that mission, which is directly related to the appearance of the figure in the sky. There is a prophecy. No, I'm not telling you the details of the prophecy. That I do not trust. I don't think, as you say, you did just attack me, and you've already again threatened to kill me. So, but this is not my usual shenanigans, as you say, and as you so kindly have informed me again and again about how everything I do to try and, I don't know, maybe find a way to contact my parents and make them and find a place for them in the city as nothing more than frivolity. But no, this time it's actually, the kingdom is at stake and there is a prophecy, and the prophecy prophesies this fucker coming into the sky. Now we are trying to figure out what the other stuff involved is. And your name has come up a few times, including in actual mechanized soldiers trying to attack us.
Mechanized soldiers. Was it perhaps a suit of armor?
Yes.
And when did your friend die?
Today. Technically yesterday, but he doesn't remember anything. And it seems to have been some kind of a blitzkrieg attack of some kind, and that sounds very much up something that one of your people are very, very good at.
Well, you're right. We would be very good at that. Something's been off with my father for a couple of weeks. But he has not made me privy to any of it. And I promise you, I'm not involved if he's done anything to you.
I believe you. But I mean, I know your father, so I believe you. Sorry about, accusing you and stuff, but you can see where I was coming from.
I wouldn't expect any less. Now,
I'm going to Kira, I'm sorry about not speak of ghosting you for the last couple of months. You know, I hate confrontation, and it's it's not a fun experience to be someone's dirty secret. It gets old after a while.
that's well, if we're going to say things that we weren't saying to each other before, I'm sorry I let the pressures of my family keep you at arm's length. But we're not dating right now because you still did ghost me, and I'm still very angry about that. It wasn't cool.
It wasn't. I appreciate you bringing out the good knives to come here, though. I couldn't help but notice that.
She's yeah, she says, "Oh, yeah, I just got this collection." Oh. So you're teasing me, aren't you?
I always like the little blush on your cheeks when I do that. That I didn't lie about. I don't like to lie to people I care about. I'm not very good at telling them the truth either.
Well, we're taught from a very young age that every interaction is a lie until proven otherwise. So I guess that's fair enough.
I mean, you know, if we won't date, but if you would like, after all this is over, if you would like to come over for a drink, you know, unless there's someone else that is more exciting or relaxing, we could at least start as friends or start as drinking buddies.
She says, "Wow, you really are desperate." And she will kind of open up the door, walk out of the room, and Damian, you see the door open, and she is like making a beeline. Kira is making a beeline towards you. She comes right up to you. Before you can even react, she has like kind of reached through your spectral form to kind of like test the boundaries of that. And she says, "What's the last thing you remember before you woke up a ghost?"
Getting up to answer the door. Can you get your hand out of me, please?
Oh, I apologize. Usually, she says, it's a very simple trick. And she like waves her hand and you hear the knocking at the door. It's a classic misdirection.
Okay.
Whoever knocked at your door was probably already in your apartment by the time
Someone
you
was
realized.
behind you.
Fantastic.
It's very simple. I can offer you wards of protection, but it seems at that point might be moot.
Really gonna have to have a talk with my cat.
Now the question is why my father would send someone to kill you. What are you doing in here? What is going on here? This is a lot of
It's not the
stuff.
point, and it's not relevant to this.
This is just how my apartment is. Fuck off.
You've been very rude. Like, a lot. You just like crashed into an apartment. You don't even know the person who lives here.
I know who lives here.
I mean, you don't know them. They don't know you.
Oh,
Wait, back up. Ew. I don't like that statement.
I apologize. My name is Kira Scatterland. I am a master assassin.
Uh, that's the
Well,
more words you say, the less comforted I am in my own home.
Guys, it's fine.
why did your dad want to kill me?
That is a question that I've been looking into. He's been acting strangely for the past few weeks, like he's anticipating something. But everything is subterfuge and trickery in my family. And he has access to many more resources than I do, despite my position. I don't know who he sent after you, but I'm sure I can find out.
Has he had anybody new around him?
Oh, you're
And or-
awake.
Yeah. When did you wake up?
It's really warm in here. I know you are glowing. Lovely. It's very warm and I'm in a hoodie. It's hard to sleep.
Welcome to the world of the living, kid.
Has he had anybody new and or his favorite wizard around more than usual? Or his least favorite wizard that has been trying to curry favor?
There was a clergyman. I didn't catch his name. I was not privy to the conversation. But I believe he's with the Church of the Jubilant Corpse. But I don't know much more than that. But he came around a few weeks ago, and my father seemed on edge ever since then.
Cool, great. I've forgotten. Liz has forgotten how to spell church. It's wonderful. I'm making notes. I'm like, that's not right. Okay, so Church of the Jubilant Corpse. That is, thank you, familiar. Like that sounds like it would be a semi. Is that one of the ones in our notes?
Yes, it is one of the landmarks
I'll
in
look that up in a
our
sec.
world building. Yeah.
A clergyman. Church of the Jubilant, and there's and angels and okay, cool, dope, sweet, fab. Oh, and then I'm gonna do the symbol as close as I can without setting a piece of paper on fire. The one that melted the video camera security. There we go. Is this familiar? Is this standard or is this high level?
This is, well, standard for me and standard for most. It's a different thing. Amongst the upper tier assassins, this is a scouting right. This allows us to move in and out of places undetected. I'm surprised it got caught.
Well, it did melt half the surveillance of this building. So I would imagine that's not, the most standard. And I would imagine that's pretty powerful.
Yeah, you see that she's kind of looking at it and she's like running her fingers across it. And as she does, like the lines straighten up, that you're like you like kind of roughly sketched it, and she's like kind of correcting it with her fingers, and she says, "Yeah, it's missing a few steps."
Well, please don't light my book on fire. I've had it for a minute.
No.
Okay, thanks.
I wouldn't dare. And normally this would allow for complete invisibility to security systems. This seems to just have scrambled it. It's missing a few sigils, but maybe an apprentice?
Someone strong enough to cast it, but not strong enough to cast it right.
Correct. Yes.
From the surveillance video, was I able to get because I saw a figure step off the elevator. General height and body shape, was this a beefy figure? Was this a wispy figure? Was this, basketball player wearing too short of a cloak?
The impression you got wasn't super helpful in that regard. It seems like kind of average build, maybe a little taller, maybe a little taller than average, but you don't get much more than that. It was pretty scratched out, you're guessing just like kind of a medium build person.
Okay. Anybody acting squirrely today?
Well, everyone's acting a little bit squirrely. I don't know if you noticed, but there's a angel outside.
Anybody that associates with your house who doesn't know that they can just get up and leave if things start getting hot, acting a little squirrelier than necessary?
Someone who could be someone who you think can be easily persuaded or made a stooge by your father, someone who idolizes him.
There's many possibilities here. But honestly, looking for this person would not be my priority. I don't know if my father sent this person directly, but I don't know if he would send someone who is this crude with their work. So that tells me somebody might be moving within our ranks. And my father's at least possibly.
Any idea where my body would be?
I have a few ideas. Typically we try to dispose of the body as quickly as possible to prevent ghosts. As is made apparent by your existence, they're a little bit of a liability.
Yeah.
My guess is that your body is still somewhere around, maybe even kept in stasis.
Okay.
But that kind of thing, a clergy of the jubilant corpse. That kind of repose is not something that typically we would deal with. Typically, I immolate the body, but it's cleaner.
Do you think this person, does this signify incompetence or being interrupted or both?
I don't think they sent someone who would have raised alarm bells of a hostile takeover. They had to rely on somebody that they could pressure. But
Scapegoat?
possibly someone that if things fall that they could. Yes, we do have a cadre of apprentices that train under us. It's possible it is one of them. It seems that I have some sniffing around to do. But I will try and find your body. I think that might give us some answers.
Yeah, that'd be rad. Just, drop me a pin or something.
I'm not a necromancer, so I don't know, but
You at least have an idea of where to start. We don't even have that, so.
Interesting. You became a ghost quite quickly, it seems.
Oh,
Well,
That
typically,
is interesting.
if a ghost does happen, it's sometimes a day, sometimes a week, sometimes it takes months for them to project themselves. But I reached into you to judge your resistance, your physical resistance. And you are quite solid for a ghost as young as you are.
Good job, man.
thank you. My
Well,
first time
Nice
being a
shoes.
ghost. Thanks.
well, Damien, there might actually be something special about you and why you were killed in the first place.
Fantastic.
A W of sorts?
Sure.
Know if you can judge how solid your ghost is going to be before you kill somebody.
I think that was an unanticipated move. I don't think whoever killed Damien anticipated that, first of all, Damien would become a ghost so quickly. And second, would manifest in go within a day. Like within the day itself. Like if this apprentice is following the natural laws of magic and knows how long it takes and has the same knowledge that Kira does, ghosts take time to appear, to become visible to people, to even be to even have the control over themselves, to have clothes on them. And Damien is doing this within the day he got killed. My friend, I think we may be coming close to the reason why you were mentioned in the prophecy.
You were mentioned in a prophecy. Well, you didn't say that.
I did say there was a prophecy, and I mentioned we are all here. I would assume you would have made the connection.
No, that means somebody else could have seen the prophecy. Prophecies are an unsecure communication channel from the beyond. So sometimes people can poke in.
Didn't literally everyone else see this prophecy besides our kobold child?
There is like the prophecy about the prince coming down. That's the one everyone got. But the group working under the queen has many seers, and they worked to amalgamate a bunch of different prophecies to figure out who was supposed to deal with it. So
Kira, could I ask a favor?
you can ask.
Could you give me the name of a contact within the Queen's Department of Prophecies and Seers that you have some kind of holdover or possibly are familiar with? Because I think we might be I think they might be our in.
I only know of one person within that office, and the name that we call them by is Jasiri. I don't know if that's the name that they go by while there. It's not important for me to know that. In fact, it's better if I don't.
Thank you.
Well, I'll get out of your hair. I will leave you to your baby and whatever else is you're doing here. This is not your typical, she looks to you, Anjum. This is really not your typical crowd. They're
No.
too nice. Don't do anything too stupid to them.
Okay, first of all, rude, but I like them. And well, Claudio's here, so he'll at least try and keep me on the straight and narrow of this.
You know it's supposed to be the other way around, right?
There's no law in any book about that, so
There literally is. There's a whole contract for it. We both had to sign it.
Yes, but it's the spirit of the contract rather than the actual letter of it, which means that we both take care of each other. You keeping me on the straight and narrow means there's no future trouble for you down the line. It is
Oh,
how
yeah.
all healthy relationships work.
Silver-tongued as always. Well, with that, she snaps her fingers and disappears in a puff of smoke.
Everything about her is unsettling.
I shouldn't have ghosted her. That was rude.
Hey, so do you need
Yeah.
like new crystals for wards after that? Because that doesn't seem great.
I don't know. The rock I use for banishing is out of reach, but I only use it because it's big enough to throw. It's a problem for another day.
Okay. I gotta go
Fucking
talk to
hell.
my
Oh,
uncle
wait. I have to go
after
talk to
breakfast.
Autumn and tell them to burn the bloody contact. Moron.
And with that, as you start to stir and go off to do your own things, that's where we're going to take our break. So we will be back in 10 to 15 minutes, and we hope to see you soon. Hey, everyone. Welcome back. So we just got done with a visit from one of Anjum's exes, an assassin extraordinaire. And yeah, y'all have several leads of things to figure out. But yeah. So what are y'all I know Claudio, you said you're gonna get up and go talk to your uncle.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you head down to the bottom of the oasis. One of Anjum's evil exes. Yes, absolutely.
To beat my 7 evil exes, you have to be eviler than them.
Yeah, that tracks. Fully tracks. But yeah, Claudio, you make your way down. It is, it's still early enough in the day that they are just so you're supposed to see them after breakfast, and you know exactly when breakfast is. It's the same time every day. A tight 30-minute breakfast.
Yep.
And so
there are occasionally fights because some people take too much of the damn bacon. You kind of gotta, throw an elbow here or there to make sure you get something, but otherwise, it's fun.
yeah, your uncle is sitting at his normal table. And he when he sees you come down, he waves you over. And he tells the other few people is take your tray somewhere else. He
Always a charmer.
So he kind of clears his space for you, and he says, you have a prophecy about a sword forged in cold fire.
Yep. And a glass statue, if you know anything about that, but I figured the forging might be of more interest.
That's a powerful weapon. That's not something I've had to do for a while.
Had to do.
I had a life before you were around.
I mean, old as you are, I'd certainly hope so.
Oh, come on now. You respect your elders.
Yeah, most of the time. I steal a piece of bacon. Gotta be quick. Gonna lose a finger one of these days.
He says, I'm surprised I got all 10 of them right now. So, but back before you were born and I was a younger man, something came from deep, deep down. Now, we don't know exactly where it came from. It felt like a dragon, but it brought rot and destruction and psychosis. I got hallucinations with it. And, the city scrambled. Everyone got very worried that this was, going to threaten all the underground industry here. And so we went, like most people do, they went looking for answers in prophecy, right? We asked, they asked the oracles, the queen got involved, her people, the same lady. She's been around a while.
Elves.
But they picked a few of us to solve this problem, right? And they told us what we needed was, there's a few things. We needed mithril chains, and we needed forged under a full moon. We needed what was it? It was like some sort of weird doll thing. I didn't understand that one much at all. But my southern accent's coming. I didn't mean for that. Just get
Makes
more
sense.
twangy as I go on.
Like it. It's good.
And the last thing we needed was a sword forged in cold fire. Now, your instincts were right. That is where my instincts were too. That we needed some sort of soft metal. I was thinking of completely in the physical realm. What would you need to do to forge something cold? And you would need to solidify some sort of thing that's more liquid. But it was more than that. There was a witch with us who had some of the last pieces we needed. What was her name? It's been a long time. I'll think of it in a second, but she's the one who channeled magic into this. We got the mercury. We went to those vents. We made the physical item, but it wouldn't hold cold that way. Every time we brought it up, it melted, it deformed, it did something that we didn't expect it to. Pua was her name. She's the one who had it down. She's the one who bound the cold to it. She did something. Witches, man. I don't know much more than that. It was me. It was Pua. It was she runs a shop in town. Oh, what's her name? Midge. There was one other. Ravina. We were all tasked with this stuff to get this stuff and stop this threat. Now, the problem with a sword like that, and he kind of like, he'll lift up his sleeve, and like, you've never seen him like not like in a shirt like buttoned up, and he kind of pulls up his sleeve, and you see that there's like markings like that reach towards his heart. It takes something from you, and you can only strike once. So if this is what you need, you strike true. Because if you attempt to strike, it's still going to take from you.
You know, I wish I was better with a sword. We could make a hammer. I'd knock the head off something, but no, gotta be a sword.
It's always got to be a sword, right?
Gotta be a fucking sword. You know, Unc, the second I said I had a prophecy, you could have been like, you know, I had one of those back in the day.
I don't know. There's a whole shop of prophecies upstairs. I don't know what anyone's doing with prophecies anymore.
Right, but when I come in with the sigil from the freaking queen, like,
okay,
maybe.
Yeah, but every prophecy's I don't know. Like, I didn't know it was going to be about the thing that like I did. This seems like it's something different. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Did you saw the news that the thing trying to smack down the castle?
Yeah.
I threw rocks at it.
Did you hit it?
So the wings actually, the thing circling it are separate entities from the big figure itself. I'm guessing it's not an angel. It's alive, but the little wing things are absolutely separate from the giant or whatever the hell's in the middle.
Oh, so it's cheating. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's cheating. 100%. Got me running all around the damn city. Okay, so I got a witch. So that's good. I got a baby now, but it's a watermelon.
Is it like just a little watermelon, or is
it's about baby size. It might be a little bigger now that it's got arms and legs.
Oh, so it's a baby as in like baby shaped, not like a little
it screams.
Thing. Oh. Well, that's weird.
Yeah, the tree gave it to us. It's been a long 24 hours, Unc.
I mean, what? Oh man, whole world's going to hell's in a handbasket.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I was right. I'm good at this. I need to stop being good at this, and they won't ask me to do things.
I wasn't very good at much either. I mean, honestly, kid, I wasn't doing much better than you were when I got this prophecy.
To be fair, I still think I'm the only one in the family with a literal record. So
yeah, but that's been a lot of work on our part. You were always more hard-headed than the rest of them.
Thank you. That's why I'm good at breaking rocks.
Yeah.
All right, so why has it always got to be a damn sword? Okay.
Right? Like hammers make sense. You hit it with the blunt end. Oh man, a pickaxe is great. Like a pickaxe would have been awesome. Swords are they're so finicky. Like you got to hold them the right way, have the right stance. And then you add magic on top of it, and it's like, what are we doing here? Like,
so we're probably gonna have to go down. Okay. I'm gonna go report back, I guess.
Now, it has to be. It's gonna have to be you who hammers this thing out.
Yeah. I trust the rest of them, but not that much. Maybe the witch, but she got other shit to do. I mean, to be fair, if we could trap Anjum, I'm pretty sure she's just made of metal. And we could just forge them into the sword. And that would take care of a lot of problems for me.
I mean,
and it's
any metal
already magic.
Any metal that's soft enough at room temperature will do. So
I'm pretty sure I might get set on fire if I say that in front of them. So.
Oh, okay. That kind of friend. Gotcha.
Yeah. So. All right. Thank you, Unc. I'm gonna go get some more food. And then I guess I'm gonna go find the rest of them. Any chance, long shot, have had shit luck. Any chance anyone else was poking around yesterday morning trying to get in here? Down into the guild.
He thinks for a second and he says, I don't think so, but honestly, if anyone else was coming and poking around, someone would have told them to kick rocks right away.
Right.
So
somebody noticed. All right. I'll see you later. I'll let you know when we're coming down. It's probably going to be after I sleep. After all of us sleep, because I think we've been going for at least 24 hours straight at this point.
Yeah, get some rest.
Yeah. Lean over, give him the half hug if he's still sitting down eating.
He pulls you into a full hug. He says, you be safe, all right?
I will do my best. Quietly steal some more bacon off his plate.
It gets to a point that you think he's letting you.
As is proper. Go up, reach over a couple of the goblins and like, I have a piece of bread and I just kind of like use the bread to pick up just a load of bacon and just walk out with my shitty bacon sandwich.
Fantastic. Oh man, now I want a shitty bacon sandwich.
Meet up with the rest of the group. I'm like, so my uncle is a lying liar who lies. He's not. He just didn't tell me. Apparently, he had a quest, prophecy, bullshit. How old am I? Before I was born, a while ago. And I relay the information to the rest of the group.
You mentioned the names of the people who were other people who were involved.
Have I heard anybody else, like especially Anjum, have you mentioned Ravina in front of me at all? Because if you had, then I would. But otherwise, I'd be like, yeah, no, there is a witch. I guess some kind of demon. And what is Midge?
She's an orc.
An orc. And I guess they literally had to get a forged in ice, forged in cold fire sword. So we know how to do it.
A demon. That's interesting. No, I don't think Anjum doesn't you would if you've ever like gone through public files or have like gone through like archives of like whatever on Anjum, done your like investigation, you would know the name of her human mother. You would know the name of a human mother, but Ravina is her demon mother.
So then, yeah, because I would say Claudio probably had done that research. But if not, then probably wouldn't get. Why would y'all need to know the names? Like, has a vague inkling maybe somewhere that the witches might be related, but he's going, no, that's racist. No, that's
True,
racist. Don't be
true.
like that.
A demon. Oh, I mean, that is an eerie lineup.
Yeah, no, it's definitely weird.
And did your uncle say the same prophecy, same everything?
No, they had to get a doll, and he was very surprised I now had a baby. Had to get a doll, and what was he said something else that Liz is not good enough to remember.
Oh,
Dance.
mithril chains
mithril,
forged
mithril
under a full
chain.
moon.
Yeah. So
I guess that makes sense then, because when I tried to locate the objects, they haven't been made yet.
that lines up.
Which is why the statue is so
Vague.
It could be literally anything, but we have to
So-
make it.
We have to make it. We couldn't just go grab one like at the glass place down the block
Well,
and like enchant it.
I'm
Hold
going to
fire?
assume that if hit my own fins. I'm going to assume that if what we needed was already made and existing, then I would have gotten a ping the way I got a ping off of Bebo. But
Has Bebo grown at all?
No, not really.
Okay.
but only, well, Bebo pinged, we all pinged, but the other items aren't here yet. So it's possible we
Well,
don't have to make them, but they're just not ready.
I know a glass guy that we could
Oh.
talk to.
That's
Did your uncle mention exactly what, like, I know what I have brought and everything I have done, but how did your uncle mention exactly, like, what part the demon played in the prophecy?
No. He seemed vaguely terrified of her, but aside from that, no.
what about the witch?
She was able to enchant the sword so that the sword didn't freaking melt. So you have to use mercury or another very, very soft at room temperature metal, and then you have to forge it in something like a liquid nitrogen. But the second anybody, technically I have to do it. Technically though, we could give it to Damian because you don't give off any, and I kind of like reach out like real close. You don't give off any heat. So in theory, you could hold the sword.
But for how long?
And that's why it needs to be enchanted, because if anybody's actually going to pick up and swing the sword, the second it gets warmer than room temperature, it begins to melt. So it needs to be enchanted so that it stays cold. And no, Damian,
Okay.
I think it'd probably be a bad idea if you swung the sword. I know you were very excited. However, it seems to feed off your essence. And since you are only essence, that perhaps would be damaging.
Yeah, that might.
I'm sorry. It does what?
It's just a little hungry, is all. So am I. Here, Bebo. And I try feeding Bebo bacon.
Okay. Wait. You said that it has to stay cold. Like
Yeah.
the metal has to be in. Okay. So okay, now I might have an idea on what the demon could bring, because there is like there are certain hellish, like there's certain circles of hell in which it's the metals, like the properties there are always cold. It's a fucking ice age forever and eternal. So like if this demon, depending on whose kingdom it is, the realm is very big, it could be lots of kingdoms. They could bring they could get something from down, they could have gotten something, some enchanted metal of some kind, and and that would have helped keep the sword cold enough. And well, the sapping of essence does sound very hellish as well.
That I believe. So it might be easier to deal with the glass first, because if we can just like real quick put it in order and, you know, a couple drops of blood each, like, I don't know, don't look at me like that. I don't know magic.
I don't
Barely know
do-
forging.
Yeah, I was talking to Auntie Midge earlier, my boss.
Oh!
She,
Midge.
yes.
Yeah. That was that she apparently was with my uncle on their prophecy journey or some shit. That's your auntie?
Yeah, well, not like my actual aunt, but you know, everyone kind of calls her auntie.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, she's my boss at the dispo.
Huh. Nice.
Well, we can
So-
definitely ask her questions, but she also told me who stocks all of her glassware, so we can talk to him, who funny enough goes by Mr. Glass, and he's also a ghost.
Oh, nice.
So both of you, okay, so both of you are in the prophecy because the people who originally did this are either related or associated to you. Leihoku, what is the witch's name? The witch's name from the previous prophecy?
So the other two were Pua and Ravina.
Oh,
Okay.
The Anjum just freezes.
That's uncalled for. Cool. So
No. What name did you say again?
Ravina.
Everything good?
Leihoku?
Hoku is pacing away from the group to go grab her phone.
Oh God, they didn't get the wrong people, did they?
No.
Shit.
No, I think they got the right people.
I need to go home. I need to go home and make a really long distance call. Are we going? I'll meet up with you later. Excuse me. And Anjum just fucking hightails it out of there. Okay, and before she like hightails, she's like, Claudio, you have my number. Call Autumn. Don't disturb me for at least 2 hours. Okay?
No, not okay. We're not
Which-
splitting up. If you don't
Yeah.
want somebody right on top of you, would you prefer me or Damian to go with you? You get to pick, but one of us is going. I'll chill and eat your food. Like, your call, but one of us is going with you.
Okay, which one of you is less likely to feel the cold of the coldest circle of hell?
I mean, if I had to guess, the one without the body. Respectfully.
That's understandable.
Anjum is like, yes. Also, you know what, Damien? Just so that Claudio does not panic, would you like to come keep a watch? I will have you know, there are you can be in any one of the bedrooms in my place. Just don't come into the hall for at least an hour.
You got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
And if you hear any chanting, it's none of your fucking business. Thank you. Come on, let's go.
How I feel about most chanting.
And I'll kind of follow them out and just kind of like poke my head in. Hey, Leihoku, it seems like you need a sec or something, so I'll just like, I'll be right outside. I got Bebo, don't worry. We're gonna eat some more bacon.
Can he eat? Never mind. That's not a problem right now.
He seems to like it. I don't know.
What do you mean he seems to like?
He's just gumming it to death.
Oh,
It's now watermelon flavored bacon, which is a little weird, but
okay. Okay.
let me know if you want me to come back in, but I'll be out here, so if you need a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bebo is not actually eating it, just is like gumming it, like just chewing on it. Like,
I'm now sticky.
As one often gets with babies. But I'm gonna pick up my phone. I'm going to call Aunt Esme.
yeah, she answers, she says, "Oh, hey, how's it going? How are you?"
Hi. Why have you never mentioned that you were part of a prophecy group?
Which one?
What do you mean, which one?
Well, sometimes, I mean, I've helped people with several prophecies, interpreting and searching them out, sometimes scrying, sometimes looking for people's keys. That has happened a lot.
Oh, what happened to my camera?
There we go.
Okay. The one that involved a sword and chains and a doll?
Oh, okay. Oh, how is Kaleo doing?
Oh, no.
Oh, I think about them a lot. Oh, what? Why are you asking about that?
Have you turned on the news lately? Have you looked out the
Oh,
window?
yeah, I am waiting for them to launch every weapon in the kingdom at that thing.
I think I am included in that, quote, every weapon.
Oh. Do you have to make a sword?
Yeah, is this a regular occurrence for the coven?
No. Well, yes and no. It's it's kind of complicated. How about I come over and just I'll tell you the whole thing, okay?
Okay. Okay. Oh, all right.
Yeah, she will hang up with you and she will start heading over to your place.
Oh god, Hoku needs something to do with her hands, so she's gonna do like little macrame and probably call Claudio and Bebo back in. Uh, my aunt's coming over, all while doing like tiny little macrame. It's not clear what she's making yet. She's just really nervously fidgeting. Is your uncle's name Kaleo?
Uh-huh.
Oh god, okay. Hmm. Uh,
Take a deep breath.
Kaleo sitting in a tree. PROPHESIZING.
what?
Prophesizing.
Oh, honestly, my ADHD didn't catch any of that.
I
Okay,
feel you. I'm
well,
dyslexic.
well, she's coming over to talk about, what happened with their group. And it would probably be good for you to sit in on the conversation because we have to do this together.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
Have you eaten anything?
No.
Do you mind if I make you food real quick? It'll probably help.
You know what? Sure.
Okay. I will go into the kitchen and start poking around.
I'll take Bebo.
He's sticky.
Oh, why is he sticky?
Bacon.
Fully
Oh,
just drooling on you. Like,
I'm gonna go clean Bebo off. So sticky. You smell like. Why do you smell like bacon? And I know why you smell like watermelon, but why do you smell like bacon?
Bebo.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, Bebo just giggles in your arms.
You're lucky you're cute.
Yeah, it doesn't take long for your aunt to come over. She's over here quite often. But I think she probably just lets herself in. So
There is a shirtless dwarf in the kitchen making food. It's hot in your apartment.
Pua stares for just like a half second longer than she should, and
That's
says,
Claudio, Khalil's nephew.
"Oh, okay. Nice to meet you. I'm Pua. What you making?
Pancakes.
Great. Wonderful. So you're the one who's going to actually forge the sword.
That seems to be the plan.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's interesting. So I mean, two of you is a coincidence. There's not like a demon with you, is there?
There is.
There is.
There's also a ghost that is working for Midge.
Oh, a ghost working for Midge. Okay.
He wasn't a ghost yesterday.
Oh, okay. So recent ghost thing. So the ghost thing is a little okay. All right. I'm just getting all my facts here. That's interesting. That's a little more than coincidental.
Yeah.
That would freak me out too. In fact, getting the prophecy when we did freaked me out. I wasn't much I was a little greener than Alohi at the time.
Huh? She's a teenager.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I I was older than her, but like she's honestly better than you think she is. So, but there's a lot here. Sometimes prophecies echo, right? I don't know why that this one has. And when you get too many mages and things looking into things, sometimes they echo again and again and again and again. And the way that we do prophecy is a little different from that, and we try to mitigate that. But it's not that it's not real. And once you prophesy something, if you follow through with it, it will come to pass. There are stories from before the Great Lowering of cycles of threats and the people who were told to fight them. Sometimes there's stories about great knights. Most of it was lost in wars and squabbles before the Great Lowering. But the gist of it is that if you were handed a prophecy, it will work. There might be other ways to go about it that will also work. If this feels too dangerous or if it feels wrong. But I'm sorry that you got stuck with it.
So even if we do, make these objects, this is Bebo, by the way.
Hey, Bebo. And Bebo just the take me arms. And Pua will take it and cradle or will cradle Bebo and says, "Aren't you adorable?"
He is part of the prophecy.
Oh, this is much better than the doll in ours.
So even if we find and make all these things and we beat this prince or whatever, this is just gonna keep happening to people down the line? Like it's somebody tossed a rock into the pond and the ripples are gonna be felt forever?
The way your mom talked about it's like a magical defense system, right? Things happen and our world reacts to try and fight it off. Now, people also feed back into magic. We take and give all the time. So sometimes when we're looking for heroes, we think about the heroes of the past. And then sometimes that echoes back to us in a very similar prophecy. So yeah, there's going to be threats, but it's not that the threats aren't the cyclic part. We're the cyclic part of it.
And people are just okay with this?
Most people don't know what's going on.
I didn't know what was going on either.
But there's usually a few archetypes that come up, though. You usually got your blacksmith, you have your witch, you have some sort of vaguely powerful magical being, and then you have the wild card. Sometimes the magical being is a wizard, sometimes they're, various things, fairies, stuff like that.
Okay, how am I supposed to do my part then? Because we don't do weapon enchantment. I do birth and funeral rites.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're very good at this, and I wanted you to focus on what you were good at, but we do kind of do weapon enchantments, or at least we used to. Well, when we have to bless warriors and stuff in times past, and stuff that's a little anachronistic now. Like you don't do that stuff as much anymore. But there are rites of enchanting weapons.
Okay. How hard is it to learn?
Incredibly. Sorry. What kind of sword do you have to make?
Cold fire sword.
Oh, same kind. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes it easier. Okay. You got to keep the cold in, and I know that's not something that we like to do. So you got to kind of like she puts the baby on the hip and she goes looking through books, and like it's like grabs them and puts them on table, like all the while holding the baby. Like
That's where
and
Hoku used to be.
she says she starts basically like laying out like different rituals. She's like, you have to do the opposite of this one, and then like it's like showing you all these things, and like go ahead and give me an intellect roll. If you have like specialty in magic or something like that, that'll ease the difficulty.
I think I am trained in magic.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got literal magic training.
Okay, good.
Oh, why? It was a 9.
A 9? Okay, that's not bad. So that brings up the difficult. It's gonna take you a while to understand a rite like this. She says to you, like, okay, it's gonna be really complicated, and there's some parts that clearly aren't the same as when we did it. I mean, Bebo here is really different from the creepy doll that Ravina had.
Yeah, he's chock full of magic.
Yeah. You need you need a like a heat sink for magic.
But he's a baby.
Yeah. Probably felt some nurturing when you held it when it started to come alive, and is reflecting that.
Oh,
It Do not get me wrong, it is a baby. I am speaking in magical technicalities here. But it is definitely reflecting kindness and nurturing from you.
Hoku's not sure how to feel about that. Mostly because I don't know what a heat sink is.
Oh, in machinery, when you have extra heat, you just stick a piece of metal on it, and all the heat moves from that heating up item into the metal, and then can go out into the air. Bebo here's just sipping up magic.
Oh. Oh, is that? I'm gonna pick him up. Is that why you were yelling when the angel came down?
Scrunches up the face at the mention of the angel.
Buddy.
Oh, you don't like the angel, do you? And
neither do I.
I don't think anyone does.
Hey, the pancakes are ready, and I come over with plates of pancakes and chocolate whipped cream.
Oh, thanks. I don't know why I'm saying I didn't know you could cook. I've only known you a day.
Pick
Yeah,
it up.
Pooh,
It's fun.
Pooh will have pancakes as well.
I'm gonna
I
eat
put my
while we're
hoodie back on.
making notes.
Yeah. Pooh will explain. Yeah. Once the sword is forged, you have to take out as much heat as you can from it and make sure that it can never pull heat again. Which is warmth is a key factor of most of our magic, and it was something that was really hard for me to get to handle.
I'm pretty sure I've got like unchillable as a trait. I
Yeah.
So-
We run warm. That's so, you know.
less warm beach, more trenches of the ocean.
Yes.
Okay. I think I can do that. I don't know.
You're the one who's gonna have to, if the prophecy said you are the one who's part of it, you're gonna have to be the one to do it. I can't help. I mean, I'll guide you. I'll do everything I can.
Okay. Yeah. We don't have another choice.
But I mean, who knows what the timeline is on this prince guy showing up.
It hasn't even been 24 hours and we've already gotten one angel. So I don't imagine that we have very long. Unless the prophecy office has just been sitting on its ass and we had time that we don't have now.
Oh, they are a bureaucratic nightmare over there.
Okay.
I think they run their prophecies through like 10 different departments before they do anything with them. It's actually crazy. I don't understand.
That's a lot. That's probably too much.
Yeah. So as you are in there eating pancakes, Anjum, what are you up to?
I get back to my apartment and I just kind of very hastily just like tell Damien, go into any of the rooms, just go there.
Yeah. As you are entering the Fortress of Delight, you hear just overlapping yelling coming throughout the place, mostly from the museum part. You hear the sounds of like sprites like chittering at someone. Everything in here, especially if they have any sort of like attunement to magic, everything is annoyed by the angel, which you can feel like the hum of the magic off of the angel in this, and it seems to just be reverberating throughout the whole of the Fortress of Delight. Magical items that are on display are like glowing and reacting to it. The sprites are very angry and are like flitting throughout the place, knocking stuff over. The curator is running around as best he can. He's clearly tired and he's trying to like stop. He's like, no, don't do this anymore.
I'm like, okay, I kind of am at the door, like, should I help? What can I do to help? Can I do anything about this? I just kind of poke my head in and go, hi, would you like some extra dimensional help? I would suggest packing all of these items up and taking them to one of the storage rooms that you have rented outside of the fortress.
Yes. Yeah, Ignatius will turn to you. He says, we're already trying to, but every time some of the items are ornery at the moment. And you see like down the hall, like a suit of armor is walking on its own across the hall. And it says, there's a lot going on right now. We are trying to relocate as many magical artifacts as we can, but it's not going well.
Okay. My friend is a ghost. I don't think the item should annoy
Oh, I
him
don't
or
need a ghost. I don't need to be haunted right now.
no,
Oh,
this is a friend of mine.
I'm not trying to haunt anyone. Hi,
Yeah,
Damian. New
he's
ghost.
would you like some extra hands, even if they're incorporeal?
yeah, yes, yes, yes. If you can just corral the sprites, that's not going to work. But if you can try,
I will try.
he says,
I give a grateful thumbs up to Damien. Uh, I take Damien to the side and say, can you just keep him? Just, thank you. I'm sorry. I just let me know if there's anything. You have my number. I will have my phone is not going to be on silent. If I need to talk, I can talk. I can respond. I'll also let you. You'll also hear me. Like, trust me. If something goes wrong, the voice will penetrate even through the annoying chittering. So like.
If something goes wrong, should I come quickly? Call for help?
That call for help, come quickly,
Okay,
something along those lines. Just
you got it.
for I don't think there's going to go anything wrong. This is technique, but you know what it's like to talk to family long distance.
Yes.
So if you hear me yelling in a completely different language, just ignore. That's just what this conversation is going to be like. And just help this poor bugger out. Like,
Yeah, no problem. If you're in trouble, yell porcupine. Then I'll come running. Safe word.
porcupine. Correct. You too. Okay.
Sounds good.
If there's any real emergency, something that everything has gone really, really wrong, or the angel makes a move, I'll break the call. Okay. I just need to get some things clarified and get some answers.
No problem. We'll talk soon.
no, not the dioramas. No.
And I'm gonna scurry over and try to corral sprites. That's gonna go great.
I'm gonna have you go ahead and roll me. This will just be a might roll.
Okay. Twelve.
12. Okay. All right. We'll see how that goes. Anjum, where do you go and describe what you're doing?
I go back to my apartment and I start to lay every item of enchanted silver or even ordinary silver, like coins, cups, like fancy goblets, whatever is in here. I start to lay them out in concentric circles, and I'm sitting inside the concentric circles, and I have this and on my lap I have the sword I received, and I start to and I essentially am like kind of chanting, like, the equivalent of Siri call blank, but in like demonic language, in hell language. So like I'm just calling my mom.
Okay. Yeah. The silver that you've laid down begins to seemingly like melt and form and then pulls itself into the center. Initially, this form begins humanoid, but with like swirling, constantly moving horns begins to form in front of you, growing tall, slender, grotesque, and then as it completes, it pulls itself back in. The horns like go back into the head, and still made of completely of silver. A shape of a woman forms before you, and with a very short hair and a piercing look and a very sinister smile on her face. And she says, Anjum, my darling. It's been a
Mother?
while since you've called.
I apologize. It's been a busy couple of months.
It's not a problem. I'm glad you're making time for me now, though.
How is mom?
Oh, she's doing splendid. You know, it can be an adjustment for a mortal down there, but I think she's making the most of it.
Last time I spoke to her, she was saying something about you planning a honeymoon of sorts.
Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. We're going to see the mountains where they flay the damned.
That would be interesting. She always did enjoy watching wicked people get punished. That I can see that.
But what do you need? You don't often call unless you need something.
Mother, when was the last time you were on this plane? Like, there's the Queen has recruited me to be part of a prophecy involving a baby, a watermelon baby, and to make a sword of cold fire.
Oh. You're consorting with witches, I see.
Like mother, like daughter?
Yes, quite. Oh, that was a good time. Oh, do you need a hateful effigy? That was part of what we needed.
No, this time the prophecy says we needed to go underground and get a living watermelon-like child, which we've managed to procure.
Oh,
It
that
is adorable.
sounds. Mm, at least there's something. Sounds interesting. So, what do you need from me then? Yes, I was here. They summoned me. I did what I was required to do. And we defeated some grotesque creature.
Does it by chance look like an angel?
No, this was some sort of mycological dragon. The mortals were all concerned about hallucinations. That's all I remember.
When was this prophecy? Was it I know that for the others it was the people who I'm with are related to your former compatriots. So it was and at least in Claudio's case, it was his uncle. It was a little bit before he was born. I was wondering if was this around the time you met mom, or like when mom summoned you, sold her soul, etc., etc.
Oh, yes, that's right. I did stick around looking for people. That's how I met her. Oh, what a good time. I was brought here. I was made very powerful. It really elevated my station to have a royal summons. It really allowed me to give your mother exactly what she desired. And I was so happy to do it. But yes, that was, if I remember your times correctly, I think that was about the same time.
Okay, that definitely answers the question and as to uh how mom was able to amass the power to summon you in the first place.
Yes, to be honest, it was quite cute. She incredibly powerful. Do not get me wrong. Your mother really knows how to get things that are quite valuable. And I adore that about her. But yes, I was also looking at the time, so it did help. But
I I'll keep the personal questions to the end, but I I wanted to ask if I wanted to confirm a suspicion that I have. You ended up providing what the enchanted the enchanted metal, right? What kept it cold from your.
no. That is that's an that kind of physical magic. It's not quite what I would have done. Unless it was to curse somebody. A cursed sword is always wonderful. They think they're getting something powerful, and then they become consumed with bloodlust. It's a wonderful gag. But no, I was tasked with creating a hateful effigy. Um, an object in which to put ire and anger and malice into and overwhelm this that dragon's psychic senses.
Is do you think that that is what I am also intended to do? I mean, I'm not complaining. I have plenty of ill will to spread around, but I was wondering if do you think that this is something I have to do something similar to forge the sword? You know.
You're tasked with, tell me the items again.
Okay, can people help me with the items?
Yeah, it's a sword forged in cold fire,
Okay.
a seed from the deepest tree, and a
Glass
glass
statue.
statue.
The plainest of all the items.
Yes.
a glass statue, a sword made of cold fire, and a seed from the deepest tree. The seed we have, it's the other two items that it can't be an ordinary glass statue, can it?
No, it likely won't be. But just by nature of being involved in a prophecy, sometimes that's enough, but usually it's more involved. It's a whole thing. But that's interesting. That is different enough from what I was doing. But you are made of a very, very precious material.
Wait, I'm the sword? Wait,
No, but
is my body made? Is that what I'm supposed to do?
you are very special, Anjum. I don't think there's ever been anything quite like you. So I don't really know. I don't really have an answer. But if we had to find, they had to find some source of mercury or something like that. It was very difficult to find, but you're an abundant liquid metal. You're all to yourself. I'm not saying that you are the sword, but maybe you're part of it. Prophecies are so vague and they can kind of be what you want them to be, but as long as they're fulfilled, they are contract.
Okay. That's at least that answers some questions. Especially honestly, it was it was a bit shocking, I won't lie, that you were here at some point. Mom like shared some details of how you met, but like she didn't like mention that there was like a whole, scary event happening in the city at that time. So
Yes, well, it was contained to the caverns and underneath. Most of the city folk didn't seem to mind of what was going on. It was definitely more of a concern of the royals. But yes, sorry, I don't think she was trying to hide anything from you, nor was I. It just slipped my mind. Time is a funny mortal concept.
I don't blame you. That it can happen in any way. Like I'm just honestly, I'm just happy to have something in common with you. Apart from the body and things that we've talked about like, how to kind of deal with the shape shifting and the lies and spreading chaos and trickery around us. We don't get to talk that much, and I don't know. I really like the fact that this is something we have in common, and you weren't hiding this from me like on purpose. So just we have after all this is over, if I could, I actually wanted to ask you about this. Do you think if I do this, I could I could force or I could get a boon from the queen to summon you to this plane at least semi-permanently? Like we could like hang out and you and mom, I could show you around. I could show you my plans to have you kind of to get you a place here. I
I love the way you think. Absolutely. Get the queen to bring me here. We can be together in this realm.
Yeah, that's kind of been what I've been trying to do, just like I haven't gotten really far with it, and just look, most of my ideas were like to kind of make a separate space for you, to make sure that you can have your kingdom, to at least make sure a part of your kingdom can be here. Like there are lots of demonic realms who have like consulates and versions of consulates here. Like you could also have it like and or whatever, just in general.
I love that plan. I would be more than happy to have a foothold here.
I would, and I'd love to help with that.
And I would love to spend time with you, my sweet Anjum.
I kind of I sort of melt into silver and kind of like in a like a silver like kind of wrap myself around her in like a kind of a hug.
The form she's taken twists and deforms. Those horns seem to like almost naturally like flow out as she does this. And she says, I love you so dearly.
I love you too, mother. Tell mom I said hi and I'll see her. I'll speak to her soon.
I will. Yes, We've had a wonderful honeymoon. We can't wait to be back to see you.
Yeah. I miss you.
I
And
miss
she
you.
cuts the call.
Okay. Yeah. The silver forms back into the items just instantly, just like snaps back into the items that you have and clatters onto the floor loudly.
So mom definitely wants to kind of try and conquer this place. Mother definitely would like to try and get a foothold here. Yes, yay! Anjum knows, like, she's born to a demon. She's been fully aware of the fact that if her mom, like, she made the decision in her head a long time back. I get to see my mom. Maybe a demon gets a foothold in on this realm. It's fine. It's fine. It's a good thing. It's a good thing for me. And Anjum is just kind of like genuinely delighted that Lan is also kind of puffed up and like, my mom gave like her blessing to my plan. She actually does want to see me. We can like hang out and do some chaos and demon stuff together. Yeah, and also get to yay.
And with that, as you plan your as you make plans to have your family move in with you, that's where we're going to end tonight's session. I love this game so much. Okay, yeah. Thank you everyone who came and watched. Thank you players. So let's go ahead and do our outros. We'll start with you, Abalasha.
Hi everyone, I've been Anjum, Argent Khan, half demon, full on chaos god who who is kind of feeling the happiest she's done in a very long time because her mom gave her the seal of approval. So this a lonely little latchkey child is currently feeling very happy about life. I have been you can find me on Blue Sky at ombrelesbiannight.bluesky.social. I'm mostly there, to be honest. So if you wanna, so like I mostly post there. My Twitter is locked, so like. You can please do go check out one of the TTRPG books I worked on. It was released recently called Ixla Tanis, which is a version play on Atlantis. It's a version of Atlantis, but it is deliberately subverting the often eugenicsy white supremacist obsession with Atlantis being this quote unquote perfect place, and more taking Atlantis as this go from a more ecological environmental perspective. I created a couple of NPCs and the main city Kootla, which is a kind of Pompeii-like city, like there's a whole volcano right in between. So please do go check out that book on Drive Through RPG on Daylight Publications. If you ever want to play a game or make a game in the world of Atlantis, it's a good book to purchase and play within that world. You can also check out my blog, abhinuesis.wordpress.com, abhinuesis.wordpress.com. I have a bunch of writing there. I'm also going to start posting a story I'm working on after I'm done editing the first chapter for the 15th time. I'm going to be posting chapters on that blog and also on Scribble Hub. Hint, this story does involve vampires and it's a time loop story. So I hope you do have fun reading me writing a proper prose story after a very long time. So yeah.
Awesome, Liz.
Hey, I'm Liz. I have been your half-naked dwarf this evening. You can find me at Fuzzy Slippers 05 wherever you want to try and find me. Right now, I'm just here, though there are whispers and rumors that I'll be other places soon. Question mark? Question mark? Yeah, it's been great, and I guess I'll see y'all next week.
Awesome. Nico.
Hi, I'm Nico. I've been Leihoku, your anxious enchanter. If you want to find me, I am at InkyToeBeans practically everywhere except for Twitter. That should be deactivated. If you see me there, it's not me. So don't follow that one. But I'm not doing much. Hopefully I will be doing stuff soon. Otherwise, you can find me here until this story concludes.
Fantastic. Jaden.
Hey friends, I am Soliloquy Jaden. You can find me everywhere online as FatSapphicBro. I mostly hang out on TikTok for now while we have it and make a variety of content. Feel free to follow me there. And again, you can find me anywhere, same username. I have not done it in a little bit, but I have recently begun streaming Animal Crossing New Horizons here on Twitch and also uploaded to YouTube, all under FatSapphicBro, and hoping I will get back to that soon. As for TTRPG actual play streaming, all the details, I'm so tired. All the details are in the announcements, but I am here on Twitch most Sundays, 7:30 to 9:30 p.m., most Mondays, 6 to 9 p.m., most Tuesdays, 6 to 9 p.m., all Pacific time, not the last 7 days of the month. All the details in the announcements. Thanks so much, y'all.
And I am Archangelic. You can find me here at all the times Soliloquy said in the announcements. And you can find many links. You can find actually all my links for me on my website, archangelic.space. I'm also doing professional GMing. So if you liked me GMing here and you want me to run a game for you, I can be booked on startplaying.games, startplaying.games/GM/archangelic. That link is also on my website. If you've missed any of our games, you can check them out on YouTube. The link is in our link tree and it's in the channel description. We're doing an after show, but just in the interest of like how late it is and everything, we're not going to be doing an after show going forward for this game. So, but you can check out the past ones on our Patreon, patreon.com/lanternlightadventures. But yeah, and we have other after shows on there for our other games. So, but also if you want to just support us, Patreon's the way to do it. Even if you just follow us there, that's huge. We appreciate you. Thank you again thank you wonderful players for being here and playing this game with me. And thank you to our wonderful audience for joining us. And lastly, thank you to our producer, Polygeist, for helping us stream this show. We appreciate you. We really couldn't do it without you. And as always, with that, we love you and we hope to see you next time. Good night, everybody.
Night, y'all.